If you feel comfortable about sharing, are you willing to tell me what it was like when Joe was committed?
Yeah, I mean, like, I wasn't directly involved in all that. Like, my parents were directly involved in this, and I was just on the phone with everybody all the time. And when he was committed, I was in my uncle's kitchen, sitting at the table, having a piece of toast at the table, waiting for phone calls. I feel like it was late at night that it happened. And I remember thinking, like, I know this, I could just imagine my dad sitting here. Did Dad cry? I bet he cried. Yeah, he's very, yeah. When Joey was committed, I was grateful. I was thankful, and I was happy that he was committed. I was like, he can't hurt himself now. I was like, thank God he's being committed. And I hope he's in a straitjacket, and I hope he's in a padded room, and he's gonna get help now, and finally my parents will see. Like, honestly, it was a happy moment for me when he was committed, because I knew that he couldn't kill himself immediately at that point. Because I knew that if he was released, he was gonna kill himself. And it was a relief when he was committed, because now I knew that my parents were very naive. And they refused, they're just naive people. And I guess it's hard when it's your own child. And they didn't want to think that anything was wrong, or that this could happen, or whatever. I don't know if they didn't want to think it, or if they just couldn't. I don't know what the case was, but I know that it was a shock for them. But when this happened, I was not shocked, and I was relieved. And I felt like when he was committed, that was a huge turning point. And I knew that, like, he was so far gone, like, he was really far gone, that like totally, like, psychotic nuts. Like, I knew that it was gonna take a while for, if anything good, like, something is wrong with this kid, and he's gonna be examined, and he's gonna be looked at, and there's no way they're not gonna find something. And then I remember having all these conversations with my parents, like, I don't know, it's, maybe he's bipolar. I'm like, he's more than bipolar. And then, well, he was diagnosed with this, and they're giving him medication. I was like, he's not taking the medication. He's like cheeking it and like spitting it out. And I was like, don't underestimate him. He's gonna know how to play the game. And I was like, he's entirely paranoid, and, you know, like, just watch him, because he's gonna try to get out of it. And the second that he gets out of it, he's gonna try to kill himself again. And it's funny, because my parents always say that I'm such a downer, or that I'm such a pessimist, or that like I'm always so dark. My mind always goes to the darkest places first. But good for me, because I wasn't giving anybody any benefits of any doubts. So I was happy when he got committed.
Are you willing to rehash a special moment you and Joe shared together?
Everything now, whenever I see him with my kids, it's like they adore him and they love him. And ever since this pandemic thing was been, like, we all, my whole family, we miss him and Jess so much. Yeah, every time, my son especially, like, my daughter's a little prickly. She's got a prickly personality, but like, it took her a long time to warm up to him. But now, like, she actually, instead of just like making eyes at him, sometimes, like, she conversates with Joey. She asks about him. Sometimes she's like, Mommy, can I call him? And that. But my son looks up to him so much, and like, at any time I see him with my kids, it's awesome.